Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year, new equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining me here on SummitCitySports.com as we are getting ready to start week number 12 of the Fort Wayne Amateur Hockey Association High School Division here on SummitCitySports.com. Our first game of the night is going to feature the Carroll Chargers and the Fort Wayne Bruins. And as always, I will be here as your play-by-play announcer. My name is, of course, Brandon Porter. Taking a look at the standings right now, it is the Bishop Dwenger Saints leading the way as they have 10 wins, 1 loss for 20 points. The Leo Lions are in second, 8 wins, 2 losses, and 1 overtime loss for 17 points. The Carroll Chargers are third with 6 wins, 4 losses, 1 overtime loss for 13 points. The Summit City Panthers are fourth with 4 wins, 6 losses, and 1 overtime loss for 9 points. The Homestead Spartans are fifth, with 3 wins, 8 losses for 6 points. And the Fort Wayne Bruins are in last place at number 6 with 2 wins, 9 losses, and 4 points. Recapping last week's scores, it was the Bishop Dwenger Saints defeating the Carroll Chargers by a score of 4-2. The Leo Lions defeated the Homestead Spartans by a score of 3-1. And the Summit City Panthers pulled off a victory over the Fort Wayne Bruins by a score of 4-2. And taking a quick look at next week's games, we have the Homestead Spartans and the Carroll Chargers at 6:40. The Fort Wayne Bruins and the Leo Lions at 7:30. And the Summit City Panthers and Bishop Dwenger Saints at 8:40. And be sure to tune in next week here on Summit City Sports for all the action at 6:40 and 8:40. And also be sure to tune in all week as we feature the ISHAA basketball, both boys and girls, for all local SAC teams. That is going to take us into our first break. When we come back, we will have first period action here on SummitCitySports.com. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. That is 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Parkview's new Ortho Express Clinic is the new home for all your orthopedic needs. Instant access to physicians, x-rays, physical therapy, performance, and our sports dietitian are all at your fingertips at the new Parkview Ortho Express. We meet the athlete when and where they are playing inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse with evening and weekend hours. Parkview Ortho Express. Learn more at ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. And we will be back with the first period here on SummitCitySports.com. Looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
With the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry. birthing centers with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
We are back at the Parkview Sport One Ice House. We are getting ready for the first period here between the Carroll Chargers and the Fort Wayne Bruins. Starting in goal for the Fort Wayne Bruins, making his 7th start of the season, is going to be number 98, Steven Yiser. And in goal for the Carroll Chargers, making his 3rd start of the year, is going to be number 94, Jared Reinhold. Taking a quick look at some upcoming events, Wednesday, December 20th is Youth Hockey Night, where we will have the Fort Wayne Amateur Hockey Association house leagues show off their skills. And any current players wearing their Parkview Sports Medicine Force jerseys will be admitted to the game for free. That is, of course, the Youth Hockey Night. And Wednesday, January 24th, is Cancer Night, as the players will honor their relatives for their fight and victory over cancer. To the draw for the Bruins is going to be number 7, Jacob Scott, and he'll be against number 3, that is Grant Palmer, and the tie-up on the draw is won by the Chargers. Coming into the zone now is Palmer with a shot wide of the net. Carroll already mounting pressure with that chance, and here now is Thornton. Thornton cutting to the middle. He takes it behind the net, looking for a centering feed to Perry, but is tripped up. No call. At center ice now, here is Palmer in his own zone, looking for an open lane. Loses control. That is going to go to the corner. Gutierrez up to Devin Perry. Pass over to Huffman. Was broken up. Down in the zone, here is Spencer Steinforth along the near boards. He will flip it out of the zone and down the ice. That is now played by Thornton, pressured now by Taylor, and Scott gets around Scott, but kept alive by Jackson Minch. At center ice is Grant Palmer now. He gets it up, but broken up by Minch. And here now is Gutierrez. Palmer with it now. In his own zone, in the corner with it now. And he is pressured by Jackson Minch. Palmer coming up to center ice. Stick lifted on the play. It is now going to be in the near corner. Played now by Studebaker. Wraps it around. And that is now going to be played by Daly up to Jackson Minch. Minch shooting it into the zone. That is going to be Reinhold's first save of the night. As here now it is going to be number 91, Sherman. Mosier up, trying to hit Hallsworth, but it is kept in by Daly and now played by Mosier. In the slot now, it is going to be Daly getting it down ice, and here comes the Chargers. Mosier up to Hallsworth. And Hauser hit hard on the play by Studebaker. Heavy hit there, as it is now Salkeld getting over. And now here is Sherman. Sherman looking for Minch. Does not get it to go. And that is now played by Salkeld. Mosier gets it out of the zone, down ice. That's going to now be played by Scholand. Up to Steinforth. Steinforth hitting Butler, but cannot control the pass. It is now going to be played by number 15, Steinforth. Here comes Duffus with the shot. Pad saved by Yeiser as it's along the near boards and wrapped around behind the net to be played by Jake Dess. Dess now behind the net, stick lifting Steinforth to break up the play. And a shot from the point is tipped wide. Here comes Wallum now for the Chargers at center ice. As he gets around Butler and into the Bruins zone with a shot. Pass saved by Yeiser. Rebound chance, but falling on the play and a penalty called. This will be the Chargers' first power play of the game. As we have, it looks like it's going to be Shank going to the box for hooking. Carroll on the power play is only at 8%. We now have stats from the entire season. Carroll only succeeding 8% of the time. The Bruins have killed off 82% of their penalties, and to look to increase those numbers right now. Here is Gutierrez taking it now behind the net and getting it over and up to Trevor Thornton. Thornton up to Huffman, and Huffman flips it further into the zone to be played now by Scholl, who gets it down ice. Thornton up ice, but that is going to now be played by number 28 of the Bruins. That is going to be Carter Minch, who gets it further into the zone. Thornton coming up the far boards, bumped off by Scott. Here comes Palmer. Cutting two behind the net. And he gets it over to Thornton, and the pass is broken up. Icing will be waved off with 1:03 left in the penalty for the Bruins. Huffman coming down the near boards, gets it over to Devin Perry. And at the line is Huffman. Studebaker with it now, flips it to center ice now to be played by Nick Dawson, who will get it further into the Charger zone, as that is now played by Gutierrez. At center ice is Mosier, and he is pressured by Studebaker, and Studebaker gets down ice. Here comes Dawson with the stop, and he will wrap it around the boards, as it is now played by number 16, Mosier of the Chargers. And here comes Carroll. Along the near corner, Studebaker will get it to the point, as it is now going to be played by Pollock in the corner, broken up, as it is now Mosier. Centering pass is in the slot, and it is poked on net. Yeiser will cover the puck. With 9:30 left in the first period, the Bruins successfully killing off that penalty, as we will have a face-off inside of the Bruins zone. Face-off won by Backstrom, as it is tied up along the near boards by Dess and Steinforth. Dess looking for the point, but is stolen by Shank, and here comes the Bruins. Shank with it now into the far corner, as it's now behind the net. Dess flipping it off the boards, and here comes Wallum, icing waved off. Wallum tied up along the boards, is now going to be played by Steinforth, and here is Salkeld shooting it just wide of the net, as it is now played by Wallum. Wallum wraps it around the boards now. That is going to be played by Steinforth. In his feet, here is Cameron Perry centering it. That's broken up. Here is Wallum. Wallum shot just wide of the net. Wallum, drive by, scores! Wallum with the drive-by puts it just past Yeiser, and it is 1-0 in favor of the Carroll Chargers. That is going to be Wallum's 7th of the year, as we will now have the face-off at center ice. Face-off won by Minch. And here now is Huffman. Huffman with the broken up, poked just wide. Studebaker doing a good defensive job there, breaking up, staring feet to Devin Perry. Does not go. Perry with it now. Studebaker gets it to center ice to be played now by Duffus. Into the Bruins zone and behind the net. Here is Studebaker. Banging it off the boards, and Duffus gets it further in. At center ice, it is going to go just wide, and that will be an icing with 7:39 left in the first period. So to the draw is going to be Butler for the Bruins and Palmer for the Chargers. It is going to be tied up, as here is Studebaker keeping it in the zone twice, but is now sent down ice to be played by Palmer. Palmer in the near corner, takes it behind the net, centering feed to Huffman, he scores! Huffman makes it 2-0 with 7:22 left in the first period. Off the draw now, it is going to be Thornton taking it now behind the net. Up ice to Mosier, and Mosier's pass to Pollock is intercepted and sent into the zone by Steinforth. Coming down the far boards with speed is Thornton, losing it on the deke, but here is Hallsworth. But it is broken up by the Bruins defense, and here now is Steinforth. Steinforth bumped off by Gutierrez, and we will have a penalty on the play. It looks like Gutierrez is going to get the box for interference. This is going to be the Bruins' first power play of the night. They are leading the league in the power play percentages at a 20% success rate, and the Carroll Chargers lead the league in penalty kills as they kill off 93% of their penalties. Backstrom to the point now. Here is Sherman backhanding it over to Studebaker. Studebaker down the ice to be played now by Backstrom. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after some technical difficulties with the mic down into the Carroll zone. It is going to be played now, and at the far boards, here is Backstrom with the shot. See, that is Mitch, and it is loose in the slot, but now here is Huffman. Studebaker with control now, as it is going to be intercepted by Gutierrez. And here they come, 3-on-1, over to Huffman with the shot just above the net. Huffman tying up along the near boards. Here is Gutierrez keeping it in. Huffman with the shot. Geyser will make the save and hang on. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize for the malfunction with the mic, as it muted itself and would not unmute. We now have that fixed, and we are back. Off the draw now, Butler winning it back to Steinforth, but here is Pollock. Tipped in front, just off the post. Mosier with a good tip. We are going to have a penalty now on the Chargers, as it is going to be a checking from behind call. So Hallsworth going to get the gate for checking from behind. That automatically comes with a 10-minute misconduct. This will be the Bruins' second power play of the night, as they are 0 for 1. Off the draw, one by Butler. Here is Steinforth with it now, pressured by Cameron Perry. Steinforth along the near boards and gets it out of the zone. That is going to go icing, waved off, as it is now behind the net to be played by Gutierrez. Gutierrez banking it off the boards and out, as here now is going to be Butler. Thornton sending it into the Bruins zone. That is now Steinforth along the near corner. Up ice, stolen by Wallum. Wallum over to Cameron Perry, but is poked. Here is Gutierrez with the drive. Tipped in front by Perry, but just wide. Thornton keeping it in. Fans on the shot, but he retains control. Thornton in the corner now. Off the boards to Wallum. Wallum down to Thornton. Can't handle the pass. Here's Thornton now. Poked it free, and he will carry it to the faceoff dot, passing it over to the corner. Here is Cameron Perry. Bruins unable to get it out of their zone, even with the man advantage. As here now is Steinforth falling on the play. Here's Wallum. Wallum with the shot, wraparound attempt. He scores! That is Wallum's second of the night, as he wrapped it around, banked it off the defenseman's skate and in. As it is now 3-0 Chargers, and that is a short-handed goal. Off the draw is now going to be Daly. Pass for Jackson Minch is broken up. Here now is going to be number 21, Cross. Down behind the net is now Studebaker, as he's pressured by Palmer. Palmer falling on the play, looking for a hit. Salkeld sending it in the zone, almost put in the net once again by the defense, as it rolls off Studebaker's stick. Palmer knocking it down. That is going to go into the safety netting with 1 minute even left in the first period. And the Chargers kill off yet another penalty. To the draw, Jacob Scott against Cameron Perry. Won by Perry. And at center ice is going to be Studebaker. Over to Backstrom. Pass is blocked down by Wallum. It's here now is Duffus. Stolen by Shank and a save by Reinhold, as here now is Wallum at center ice getting over to Des. Back to Wallum. Wallum over to Perry with the deke and a good defensive play there, as it is now going to be at the point. Mulholland throwing it down behind the net. Carter Minch fanning on the clearing attempt, wraps it around the boards. Kept in by Mulholland over to Wallum. Backstrom getting it down ice. Icing waved off. Here now is Duffus. And Duffus gets it to center ice, but that will do it for the first period, as the Carroll Chargers lead by a score of 3-2, thanks in part by Wallum, as he has 2 of the 3 goals, and Huffman picking up the second goal for the Chargers. And we will be right back with the second period here on SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go, the same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
We are back here at the Parkview Sport One Ice House, getting ready for the second period between the Carroll Chargers and the Fort Wayne Bruins. No change in goal for the Bruins, as they are going to stick with Yeiser for at least the start of the second period. We'll wait to see what happens as we progress through the game, as starting the faceoff is going to be Palmer against Backstrom. Faceoff won by Backstrom, but here at center ice now is Steinforth. Off the glass, now it is Palmer getting around Backstrom and cutting to the slot. Shot is blocked in front by Steinforth. Palmer with it now. Centers it. That is going to be blocked in front by Scholand. Gutierrez unable to keep it in, and now it is going to be played by Thornton. Thornton along the far boards now. Gets around the defense, but loses it to the corner. Thornton behind the net, looking for a play to be set up. Gets around Backstrom. Out to Pollock. Pollock gets around the Bruins, but it is stolen. But Thornton intercepts the puck, and he is pressured. Gutierrez has it now in the far corner, and he will get it up. Stolen by Backstrom. With the shot, that is going to be stopped by Reinhold, as it is still loose. Mosier up to Pollock. Pollock over to Palmer. Palmer pulled down on the play, and that is going to be a penalty. It is an interference call on the Bruins. This will put the Chargers back on the power play, as this will be their second of the night, as they are 0 for 1. Scholin goes to the box for interference. It will be a Chargers power play with 13:34 left in the second period. To the draw for the Chargers is going to be Grant Palmer, and he will win the draw. Perry flipping it behind the net now. That is going to be stolen and kept alive at the point by Cross with the shot blocked in front. Palmer passing to the slot, as it is now going to be Salkeld. Drive from Palmer, he scores! It's a power play goal! And it is 4-0 in favor of the Carroll Chargers. So a good cross-crease pass by the Chargers offense over to Palmer. One-timing it over the blocker of Yeiser, making it 4-1. Off the draw, it is now going to be Wallum. Wallum in the corner, gets across crease to Des, and a backhand by Cameron Perry is gloved down by Yeiser. .58 left in the second period. As to the draw, and one is going to be Jackson Minch. Down low, it is Studebaker getting it up the boards. This is now played by Daly. Daly looking for Sherman. Sherman has control. His shot is saved by Reinhold. As is now going to be played in the near corner by Salkeld. In the corner now, here is Cross up the boards, kept in by the Bruins defense. That is Carter Minch. And here now is Des. Tied up along the boards by Daly. It is still in the feet of Des. As Des retreats behind his net, looking for an outlet pass. And here now is Cameron Perry. It is going to be a 3-on-2 for the Chargers. Perry cut to the slot. Shot just above the net and out of play. So, Cameron Perry with a mini breakaway will shoot it just above the net with 12:05 left in the second period. Face-off won by the Chargers. Duffus with the shot blocked in front by Butler. And here now is Mulholland pressured off the play. Here now is Trevor Thornton. Intercepted. Here it comes Taylor. But Taylor stick lifted, and now to be played by Thornton. Thornton with speed, cutting to the slot, shoots, he scores! Thornton on the break, puts it through the pads of Yeiser, and it is now 5-0 in favor of the Carroll Chargers. And it looks like that will do it for Yeiser's night, as Foster is coming in for the Bruins. As Thornton extends the lead to 5 goals. Off the draw here now is Steinforth. Shank. In the slot here, the shot, save, and a rebound is taken away by Thornton. As Carroll takes it up the far boards. Thornton pressured off by Butler. Duffus keeping it at the point, poked by Shank, and Duffus doing a good defensive job preventing a breakaway for Scott. Here is Shank. Over to Scott. and he cannot handle the pass. Had Reinhold beat, but cannot convert. Steinford with the shot, blocked by Duffus. And here is Scott, but play whistled down for the offsides. 10:53 left in the second period. So on the draw, it is going to be Palmer against Jacob Scott. The Bruins looking for any kind of momentum change that they can get, as they are desperately looking for a goal. Scholin wrapping it around the boards, now up to Shank. And here is Scott losing it to Salkeld. Here is Devin Perry, stick lifting by Steinforth, as is now going to be played by Salkeld along the Carroll zone over to Gutierrez. Cannot handle a pass. Tied up now by Scott. Gutierrez breaks free, being chased down by Scott. Hit hard in the corner, as the Bruins are stepping up in intensity, as it is flipped into the zone by Studebaker. Here now is Salkeld with the shot. He scores! Salkeld making it 6-0 with 9:50 left in the second period. Off the draw at center ice now is Sherman, as he loses control, and it is now played along the corner by Jackson Minch. Minch with the shot off the post. Cross looking for Des. Pass goes wide. That is now played by Studebaker. Sent down ice, icing waved off, as it is now going to be Cross. Pressured by Taylor. Cross will get it up the glass and kept alive by Scholin, and a shot is going to be saved by Reinhold, and he will hang on. The Bruins are looking for any means to get this bleeding stopped, as the Charge are just banging away goal after goal, as it is now going to be played and shot by the Bruins offense, and Reinhold will hang on. Thornton to the draw, wins it back. Here is Cross, up ice to Owen. Into the Charger zone comes Backstrom. Centering feed, that is broken up, and a pass to the slot for Taylor just goes wide. Thornton with it now, trying to get it out of the zone. Able to do so up the far boards with speed. Gets around the defense. And a good defensive play by Carter Minch, breaking up the breakaway. Mulholland wrapping it around the boards now in the corner. This is now going to be played by Mulholland, getting it further into the Bruins' end. Salkeld for the Chargers gets it up ice. Here is Thornton. Thornton gets around the defense once again, over to Mosier, and cannot handle the pass. Along the corner now it is going to be Devin Perry, and he is tied up along the boards. And it is pressured now by Taylor, and Palmer coming in to help. Palmer with the shot, saved by Foster. Palmer in the corner now, pressured by the Bruins defense. As it is still in the corner, Backstrom backhanding it up the ice. But it is still kept alive by Mulholland, and he gets it out of the zone. And that is going to be whistled down for a high stick. And the faceoff will be all the way down inside of the Bruins zone. 7:16 left in the second period. It is 6-0 in favor of the Carroll Chargers. And a faceoff to the left of Foster. Off the draw here now is going to be Devin Perry looking for a pass to the slot. That is broken up, and Gutierrez trying to keep it in. Steinforth with the puck now coming into the Chargers' end. It is broken up by Huffman. And Huffman carries it up ice, 2-on-1 for the Chargers. Huffman with a shot just above the net. Up the far boards now is Steinforth. He will get it into the Chargers zone. And tying up Gutierrez behind the net. Here is Scott. Scott centers it to Shank, but it goes between the feet, and it is kept alive by Studebaker. Perry off the glass and out of the zone. Here now is Palmer. Palmer into the end. Centers it, and it is broken up. Keeping it in the zone was Palmer, but it is now played by Steinforth. This here is Scott with the shot, just wide in that rebound chance. Goes to the slot, but is intercepted by Duffus. And here now is Palmer. Palmer with it now, intercepted by Butler, but kept alive by Perry. Devin Perry with the deke. He shoots and he scores. That goes just between the legs of Foster, making it 7-0. As the Chargers are just absolutely running away with the game with 5:40 left in the second period. Off the draw now is going to be Cameron Perry with control. As he cuts to the slot, Foster knocks it away. Behind the net here is Cameron Perry. As he is stick lifted by the Bruins defense. But here now is Wallum. We have a whistle on the play. It looks like it's going to be a cross-checking call. As it is going to be Cameron Perry going to the box for cross-checking. This will be the Bruins' third power play of the night. And they are 0 for 3. Off the draw now here is going to be Cross at center ice with the shot off the glove of Foster. It is played now inside the Bruins' end. Salkeld sending it down ice with a minute 36 left in. The penalty to the Chargers here now is Wallum. Tied up along the near boards inside the Bruins zone. As it is now finally sent to center ice, but Cross will shoot it back down. Dawson has it for the Bruins, taking it behind his net. He looks to hit Sherman, but it goes just wide. We will have another penalty on the play as Salkeld will get the gate for tripping. Big moment here. The Bruins can finally get something on the board with a 5-on-3 power play. As the faceoff will be inside of the Chargers' end. So Salkel for tripping. 5-on-3 for the Bruins as they, as I said, look to get something going, anything at all. And here we go. Along the corner, out to the point. Here is Carter Minch with control. Minch with the shot, tipped in front by Backstrom. Scholin down to Taylor. Cross crease, a backhand is knocked wide, and Thornton sends it down ice. That is going to go and be played by Scholin. Thornton over to Gutierrez, and he will shoot it down ice. 30 seconds left in the initial penalty to Perry, as it is now going to be played by Taylor. Gutierrez with control, shoots it out of the zone, kept in by Scholin. A shot wide. Backstrom unable to keep it alive, and here now is Carter Minch. Minch coming along the near boards. Gets around the defense, but poke check by Gutierrez, and Thornton maintains control. Off the boards and down ice. Here is Devin Perry. He's trying to center it to Huffman, but is stolen and now to be played by Taylor. And here now is Backstrom. Backstrom off the boards, now up to Gutierrez, who will get it back into the Bruins' end. And a pass down ice that meant for Taylor will go for an icing. 21 seconds left in the penalty to Salkeld with 2:44 left in the second period. Off the draw is now played by Duffus. Over to Palmer. Palmer shoots it behind the net here. Now is Jacob Scott. Can't handle the passes in his skates as he gets it from Studebaker. Here now is Shank. Chargers return to full strength as it is now played by Steinford with a shot wide of the net. Here's Scholl. Hit hard behind the net. Off the post. And it is going to be sent just wide, and that goes for an icing. Bruins coming within inches of finally solving Reinhold, but they hit the post, and the score will remain the same at 7-0 in favor of the Chargers with 2:04 left in the second period. One by Scott. A shot is wide by Steinforth, and Cross will get it down to Wallum. Here is Jacob Scott. A Scott shot is into the glove of Reinhold, and Reinhold will hang on. 1:47 is all that remains in the second period, with the face-off to the right of Reinhold. Cameron Perry winning the draw, back to Cross, as it is now played in the corner by Cross. Up the boards, intercepted by Jackson Minch with a shot, saved by Reinhold, and he will hang on. Face-off to the right of Reinhold. It is going to be Cameron Perry against Daly. Won by Perry. And here now is Daly. Jackson Minch knocks Perry off the puck and is now going to be played by Sherman. Tied up by Gutierrez and up to center ice. Kept alive by Studebaker. And here's Gutierrez. Down the ice. That is now going to be played by Thornton. Thornton up ice, looking for Des. Goes just wide, And that will go down for an icing. So face-off comes all the way back down inside of the Charger end. It is going to be to the right of Reinhold as Minch wins it back to Butler with the shot tipped in front by Minch, and he will shoot it just wide. Sherman centering to Minch, and he will shoot it just above the net. As here is now going to be played by Jackson Minch. Tied up along the boards. Daly shooting it behind the net. And here is Wallum. Wallum down eyes, gets around Jackson Minch, and he will shoot it. Saved by Foster, and Foster will hang on. .36 left in the second period. It is still 7-0. And a face-off to the left of Foster. Off the draw, Steinforth wins it back. Here now is going to be Mosier. Steinforth has it for the Bruins, banging it off the boards up to Dawson. And Dawson's hit hard by Salkeld. Shooting it down, nicest cross. Here is Butler at center ice, and that is going to be down into the Carroll zone. Salkeld with it now. Shoots it behind his net. Here is Cross, and that is going to do it for the second period. As the Chargers have a commanding lead at 7-0. And that will take us into the second intermission. And we will be right back with your second intermission highlights right here on SummitCitySports.com. And don't forget, today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260Sports. That is 260Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance training offers athletes coordinated care and instant access at the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, located inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Also, ParkviewSportsMedicine.com is the new go-to for all local sports, with scores and highlights for all area schools. Parkview Sports Medicine wants to celebrate the accomplishments of athletes on and off the field. Check it out at ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. To make Parkview Sports Medicine a part of your team, give us a call at 266-4007 or log on to ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. We'll be right back with your second intermission highlights right here on SummitCitySports.com. Looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up, and now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
McClung with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. live-streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
We are back here at the Parkview Sport One Ice House with your second intermission highlights. Getting things started off, it was Wallum getting the scoring started for the Chargers, as we had a shot from the far side going around the net, and a good play by the Carroll defense to keep it alive, as a shot is sent just wide of the boards. Wallum will retrieve it, goes with the drive by and knocks it just past the pad of Yiser, making it 1-0 in favor of the Carroll Chargers. Then later in the period, we are going to have a defensive zone play as it was sent up ice. It is going to be Huffman make the goal, and here comes the Carroll Chargers up the near side. Excuse me. Palmer getting around the defense, carrying it behind the net, centers it to Huffman, and he shoots a 5-hole for the goal on Yiser. And then later in the period, we had more scoring by the Chargers in the first period, it coming in the final 2 minutes. Behind the net was Steinforth as he gets the turnover and is kept alive at the point by the Chargers. And it was a shot from the high circle, a fake shot from the high circle, and Wallum goes with the wraparound, banking it off the Bruins defense skate and in the net, making it 3-0 and giving Wallum his second of the night. That did it for the first period as the Chargers would go into lead by a score of 3-0 after the first period. And in the second, on the power play, we have Carroll striking once again. As a cross-crease pass from the Carroll offense goes to Palmer, who one-times it over the blocker of Yeiser, giving the Chargers a 4-0 lead. And then later in the second period, it is going to be Thornton extending the lead to 5 as he plays it at center ice. Gets through the Bruins defense on a mini breakaway, and he will shoot it just under the pad of Yeiser. That just barely goes over the line. That would, of course, do it for Yeiser's night, as he was pulled after the 5th goal by Thornton, with Carroll leading 5-0. And Carroll wasn't done quite yet, as it is now going to be Salkeld who gives it a 6-0 lead. As here, Salkeld retrieves it from center ice, crosses the blue line. He throws it, just throws it on net, finds a hole through Foster, and that gives the Chargers a 6-0 lead with 9 minutes still left in the second period at that time. And then Carroll added on once again, as it was Devin Perry extending the lead to 7-0, as Perry just barely cuts to the slot and barely puts it under the pad and over the line of Foster. And that gives the Chargers the 7-0 lead. And that took us at the end of the period, and we will have a running clock here in the third period, as we have a 5 or more goal differential. So we will have running clock here in the third period. And the Bruins are looking for just any kind of opportunity, some kind of chance to make something out of this game here in the third period. And that is going to do it for your second intermission highlights. We will be right back with the third period here on SummitCitySports.com.
While the expansion of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is enhancing the experience for athletes around the area, Parkview Sports Medicine is doing the same inside of the expansion. Introducing the brand new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, providing immediate access to the entire PSM team for athletes all around the region.
We have this team that we can take care of them from the moment they come in, present with their injury, take them all the way through to the point where they're ready to be back to the performance level that they came in pre-injury. We can provide just about anything that any of your walk-in clinics provide, but we definitely focus on musculoskeletal issues.
The Ortho Express Clinic meets athletes where they're at and when they're playing. The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting position. You know, they might see a number and say, wow, you know, I had no idea that was my body composition. How can I change this? And sometimes just seeing numbers is more motivating than just talking about, you know, maybe their calorie amount that they're taking in.
The advantage to having an Ortho Express clinic is the diversity of the hours. So people who have non-traditional work schedules should be able to get in. I think having athlete access on the athletic trainer side in the trenches, so to speak, and having them be able to get a hold of us or maybe send us a note and saying, hey, this patient's coming in, this is what I'm worried about, and it gives us a heads up.
Whether it's the use of treatment tables, the radiology room, cold whirlpool tank, or the traditional exam room, the Ortho Express Clinic gives patients a seamless experience all under one roof.
This is the type of facility you see in professional and high-level Division I athletics where you have everything right in one place. So if an athlete gets hurt playing basketball or volleyball on the other side, within the same facility they can get their physical therapy or an x-ray if needed just to rule out a fracture. That's stuff you hear about in the NFL, stuff you hear about at high-level colleges where kids just went downstairs and got an x-ray at halftime. We can actually do that in-house now. So it makes us kind of a state-of-the-art, unique facility.
Pilates therapy is using the Pilates technique in a therapeutic way. Pilates itself is just using, we would use equipment, Pilates equipment, to work on precise movement patterns in the Pilates method in that rehabilitation process. The benefit of doing Pilates with the therapy, the biggest benefit is to work on smaller muscle groups and precise movement patterns that you're going to get with using the Pilates method. In this method, if you just come in with low back pain, or you have some shoulder pain, or you have some other pains that aren't surgically repaired, the Pilates method is very effective in utilizing those smaller muscle groups that are attached from the core into the shoulders or to the hips to strengthen from the inside out. It very much works posture. In this day and age, posture is a huge thing with people, sitting at desks, keeping the head forward.
Anybody can benefit from Pilates. Definitely athletes, performers, dancers, gymnasts, but also people, chronic pain, back pain, shoulder pain, teenagers, even women going through pregnancy or postpartum can also benefit from Pilates.
Pilates is for everyone, and including men.
We are back for the third period between the Bruins and the Chargers. And as I've said, it is going to be running clock with the Chargers having a 7-goal lead. Just underway off the draw. It is now going to be played at center ice by Shank. Shank with the shot, save, rebound, chance for Scott just off of his stick. As Studebaker keeps it in the zone. But the ref disagrees, and it is offsides. Off the draw at inside of the Carroll zone. Here is Jacob Scott. Scott looking for a centering feed. Duffus is broken up. And here now a shot from Studebaker. Rebound chance for Steinforth goes just over the net. Here now is Scott. Poke checked. And here comes Pollock, and his feet bumped down on the play. Studebaker up ice. That is now played by Steinforth. As he will carry it up the far boards and gets around the fence. He shoots, he scores! Steinforth ends the shutout for Reinhold as it is now 7-1. Unfortunately, though, for the Bruins, it is a stepping stone on a way to making something of this game, yes, but it is still running clock as they are still down by 6, and they need to desperately get that clock stopped as much as they can. Off the draw now inside of the Bruins zone. is now going to be played by Carter Minch, wrapping it around the boards to be played by Park. Cross keeps it in, but once again the linesman says no, and we have an offsides call. The Bruins need to score 3 more goals in order to get this clock stopped running. Here now is Daly. Daly with the shot. That is blocked by Gutierrez. That goes into the safety netting with a face-off inside of the Charger zone. Off the draw, here is Gutierrez. And he gets it up to Palmer. Up to Huffman. 2-on-2 for the Chargers. Huffman with the shot, just wide. Huffman maintains control as he gets around the Bruins offense over to Thornton. Thornton with the shot, tipped in front by Perry, going just wide. Palmer with it now. Palmer to Perry, knocked away by Foster. Thornton has it in his feet. Gets it over to Palmer, cannot handle the pass. Here's Taylor. Trying to get around Thornton. Thornton keeps it in, and he will get it to the corner. Palmer back to the corner. Here's Minch trying to get it out of the zone, but here now is Palmer. Taylor with it now, desperately trying to get it out of the zone. That is going to be blocked by Perry. Here is Scholl finally getting it out of the zone, but it is knocked down by Thornton. Thornton over to Palmer. Palmer into the zone. Gets around Minch with the pass to the slot intended for Perry. Here is Gutierrez with the drive. That is knocked away by Minch. Thornton trying to keep it in the zone. That is going to be played by Backstrom. Poke check by Huffman. It is still alive for the Chargers in the feet of the Bruins offense. Here now is Gutierrez. Up to Huffman. Huffman inside the zone now with the shot. That goes off the glove and wide. Perry with the shot and a save by Foster. Devin Perry looking to bank it off Foster and in as he slid over to make the save. But Foster hangs on. 10:55 left in the third period. Still running clock. Off the draw is going to be won by Cameron Perry. A shot off the glove of Foster is now being played by Butler. Perry out to Wallum. Won't the shot blocked. He should. Oh, just walks the line as Perry almost banked it home. Here's Perry. Is now in the corner by Butler. And here goes Sherman, knocked off the play. And here is Duffus. Duffus up to Des. Des looking for Wallum. Pass goes wide. Here now is Dawson, broken up by Cameron Perry. Wallum. Trying to get it out. Here now is Jackson Minch. It's now going to be played by Schoen. Tied up along the boards now. It is Jackson Minch, and here now is Sherman. Sherman losing control of the puck. Here comes Des for the Chargers. Gets it over to Wallum. Wallum with the shot, saved by Foster, and Foster will hang on. 9:20 left in the third period. It is 7-1. So off the draw now, here is Jackson Minch. Over to Mosier with the shot. That is going to be knocked down in front and cleared out of the zone. As here now is Shank. Behind the net, it is going to be Carter Minch, but stolen by Hallsworth. Hallsworth to the point. Cross with the shot. Blocked in front by Scholand. Steinforth out of the zone. Salkeld up to Polak. Polak will just tip it in. Trying to keep it in the zone. And do so. Here is Steinforth for the Bruins. Scout with the shot. Wide of the net. And here's another chance by Minch going just wide. Polak up to Mosier. And Mosier will get it to center ice for being knocked down on the play. Here is Jacob Scott over to Steinforth. And Steinforth over across crease to Shank. And he cannot handle the shot. Good opportunity there. In the slot is Carter Minch with a shot. Wide of the net. Here's Mosier banking it off the boards and out. That is going to go all the way down for an icing. 7:40 left in the third period. We are still under the running clock as the faceoff is going to be inside of the Chargers zone to the right of Reinhold. Off the draw here is Scholl. Scholl up to Taylor. Stolen, and here comes Duffus cutting to the middle. Gets around the Studebaker, and Foster knocks it away. Taylor poked by Thornton. And Thornton will maintain control. Looking for Owen, but blocked away by Studebaker. Scholl stick lifted on the play, and Mulholland trying to keep it in. But he is poked to center ice. Duffus banks it off the glass and back into the Bruins zone. Here is Scholl behind the net. Pressured by Owen. And along the near boards was Daly. Pass tended to Taylor, but it goes just wide. Icing waved off. Tied up along the boards now. It is going to be Park as he will shoot it into the Chargers bench with 6:20 left in the third period. Off the draw, here comes Huffman. Huffman into the zone, trying to get around the defense. Butler knocks it away. Palmer in the corner. Behind the net, centers it to Devin Perry. Perry with it now. Pressured by Carter Minch. Here's Perry once again. Pressured by Minch again. Still pressured by Minch. Minch doing a good job. Tied up along the boards. Here now is going to be crossed the shot. Wide of the net. Backstrom with it now. Hit hard by Huffman. That's going to be a penalty. Here now is the Bruins. Here's Cross. And that is going to be a penalty on the Chargers. Huffman going to the box for roughing. This will be the Bruins' fifth opportunity of the night, as they are looking to cut into this 6-goal differential. Off the draw. Here now is Steinforth getting poke checked by Wallum. And Wallum gets around Minch. Perry gets it further into the zone. Steinforth with it now, being chased down by Perry. Wallum keeps it in the zone, but Steinforth pokes it and up to Scott. Over to Shank with the drive, and that is going to be off the glove. Rebound chance for Steinforth. It goes just wide. Here's Scott off the boards to Butler. Over to Minch with the shot, saved by Reinhold, and the puck will be knocked into the corner. Here is Minch once again with another shot, just wide of the net. Butler, fans on the shot. It is poked. Here come the Chargers, 2-on-1. Cameron Perry and Wallum. Perry gets around, leaves it for Wallum. He shoots, and is saved by Foster. Perry, big hit there. And here now is going to be a race for the puck. Icing waved off as it is now going to be Duffus. Off the glass and kept alive by Schoen. Falling for a moment. Here comes Wallum. Wallum into the zone. He shoots. Blocked by Studebaker. Here now is Wallum. Wallum with it now. Cut into the slot. Stick lifted by Studebaker. Duffus with the shot. Goes just wide. Studebaker with it now. Up to Shank. Here comes Shank with it now. 14 seconds left in the penalty for the Chargers. Leaves it for Scott, but broken up. Wallum with it now. Gets around Schoen. Up to Perry. 3-on-1 for the Chargers. Perry looking for Mulholland. That is broken up. And here now is Studebaker. The Chargers return to full strength. Des knocking it back into the zone. Here now is Duffus. Up to Perry. And that is stolen by Studebaker. Studebaker into the zone. Leaves it for Taylor with the shot. Fanning on the shot. That will be covered by Reinhold. A lot of action going on within the last 3 or 4 minutes of play as the Bruins have picked up intensity almost tenfold, but unfortunately it could be too little too late. Here is Scholl looking up ice for Dawson. Dawson pass for Park is knocked away. Here now is Cross. Hallsworth with it now. Gets around Minch. And that is sent to center ice. Cross with it now. Looking up ice to Mosher. But it's stolen. And Parks trying to get it into the zone. But here is Pollock knocking it down into the Bruins' end. Carter Minch wrapping it around the boards. Now to be played by Scholl. As he's bumped off the play by Pollock. It is now going to be Carter Minch looking up ice to Sherman, but it is poke checked by Cross. Here is Dawson with it now. Boxed out of the play. A shot from Taylor is blocked in front. Pass from Hallsworth goes just wide, and icing will be waved off. Here is Carter Minch. Stopping behind the net, looking for an open lane to pass to. He will get it up ice to Backstrom. Backstrom up to Sherman. Sherman poke checked by Duffus. 1 minute left in the third period. As here now is Backstrom in the corner, pressured by Duffus. That comes out of the zone. Carter Minch shoots it back in. And that is going to be played by Reinhold behind the net. Duffus with it now, wrapping it around the boards to Gutierrez. Here is Thornton into the zone. Thornton cuts to the slot, over, and a shot just wide. Owen almost getting the goal. As here is going to be Thornton. Thornton into the zone. Poke checked by Carter Minch. And Sherman sends it down ice off of a stanchion. Bad bounce as it stays at center ice. Here is Backstrom. Backstrom with the shot wide of the net. 10 seconds left. Thornton getting it out of the zone. Duffus intercepts. He will drop it for Thornton. And Thornton gets around Daly. Up to Duffus, and that is going to do it. The Chargers have defeated the Fort Wayne Bruins by a score of 7-1. As the teams will line up for their traditional handshake line. So the Carroll Chargers have defeated the Fort Wayne Bruins 7-1. Thank you for joining me here on SummitCitySports.com, and we hope to see you again very soon.